Alright, we're done investigating here, so let's wind back and get to chatting with the Marshal. Officer Marshal, could you tell us more about the victim?
Good men always die young. Remember that, partner.
Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right?
Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale.
I think he means the witness, Ms. Angel Starr.
One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report.
Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Okay, so from 4 p.m. to 5:30. And the time has been pinned at 5:15 by accounts, witness accounts. Interesting. There's a big discrepancy there in times, but it does fit in with the time. But that huge, area, that huge margin might be important at some point. We'll think about it.
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on a case a few years back.
So, there's no motive.
Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot.
So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon.
Okay. Interesting. Well, why don't we talk about you, Detective? I don't mean any offense, but, Officer Marshal, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective.
You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas.
Huh?
I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth.
Oh, really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina?
So why are you in charge?
No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
By the way, how much beard does he have to keep shaving? He keeps doing that same spot, too.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
As if, practicing the Blue Badger dance isn't important. Come on now.
He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh?
Edgeworth?
That cow dog's been kicked out of his cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe? Kicked out of the investigation? Huh. Interesting. Is Edgeworth gonna be part of this, though? I don't know.
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister?
That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences.
Officer Marshal!
Yeah, Bambina?
How can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
Oh, there's a connection between those two, then. Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about?
I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office.
Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here. But who?
Office atmosphere. I guess it's a topic to talk about. Let's go.
Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now.
Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean?
He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
Oh, you know about Phoenix, eh?
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But, they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say.
One person? Who?
Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina, Chief Prospector Lana Sky.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's to make sense.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself.
Oh, wait, no, I understand now. They're implying that she was in on the shady dealings? Ooh.
Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals.
What? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials?
Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say.
I think it's something about smoke and fire, but sure.
There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it.
Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth?
Interesting. So what's gonna happen then, if Edgeworth's gonna be representing the prosecutor then? Seems like there's, oh god, what's the goddamn word? I've lost for words now. Conflict of interest seems like there's some of that again here. Assuming that there were dealings between these two. Very strange.
I see your badge. Looks pretty round. Our badge is a star, a lone star shining in the nighttime sky. A beam of light illuminating evildoers who come in the dark of night.
Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight. Hey, that's a sheriff's badge.
Yeah, that's actually really funny that he's got one. Yes, we're now in the showing items phase, since we've exhausted all dialogue. So let's see where this goes. Of course, we tried this once already, but he was being very uncooperative. Now, though, everything's good.
What's that? Some sort of police passport?
Now, this is Detective Goodman's ID card. Strangely enough, we found it a good distance away from the crime scene.
I guess that's a point. It was over here on the left. Yeah. Didn't think about that, but
Good distance? In this rat hole? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas.
Oh, second biggest state of the US, so yeah. Bigger than my home country of Finland, even. It's a very odd thought in some sense. Because I consider Finland a fairly big country. Yeah.
Texas?
This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre?
Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros.
Sure thing, Emma. You are getting some real good tips from Officer Marshall here. Oh boy. No, but I guess that's true. Like, the card was on the other side of this room, so that... We'll file that under might come up.
Ah, a toy shield. Suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe?
Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point.
You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these.
Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap.
You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I'll tell you.
I mean, I don't know, is it the point of, like, trophies that you, like, hand them around? That's why, you know, there was the plaque with all the recipients' names on it underneath it, so, you know, I think that's par for the course.
Alright, compadre, count to 3.
Oh. We got this already. I don't know. Oh, is that because that's dialogue for items that aren't relevant, maybe? I don't know.
5:12 p.m. The prospector's bright red steed came in at a trot real slow-like.
Trot?
Mama Donna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prosecutor was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse.
So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. Yeah, it had to be a real quick killing. Again, remember, Edgeworth came in at 1712, and at that 1715, Goodman got killed. Assuming that's correct, because this autopsy report gives us a little bit of leeway. But yeah.
Alright, compadre, count to 3.
Okay, so this is just like this is the dialogue for items that aren't relevant to Marshall, that he doesn't have anything to say about. We just happened to get them already early. Okay. Now these items we didn't have at that point, so let's see if we get anything from these. My sister's cell phone.
The last time it was used was 5:18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night?
Why did Lana make that call? Good question. Can we go talk to her again? I don't know. Let's go for this autopsy report. Oh, nope. Instead, I'm getting into a shootout. Oof. Had a lot of shootouts today. Okay, I guess that's it. Where do we go next? Let's go back here. Nothing new to talk here. Let's go through some of these items, I guess. Haven't had a chance to really show these to Emma. Here, see this? Ah, I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show to people things. What is this? A behavioral study of lawyers? Okay, so this is the generic dialogue for her. Yeah, nothing new here. Cell phone, though. This might get... Nothing? Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to look at this. Oh, interesting. We don't actually study it, but we can read it. Okay, good. I forgot. So, name of deceased is Bruce Goodman, 36, male. Date and time of death is February 21st between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Yeah. Cause of death is loss of blood from a chest wound. Assessment: wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. There's no measurements for this knife, but I think we can assume it's the right size. No, hold on. No. Nope, nothing new with Emma here. Okay. Let's try the detention center. Nope, Lana is still gone. So, oh, cool. The music reset. Okay, and then there's Gumshoe and Edgeworth left. Let's try. Okay, Edgeworth is gone. Okay. Hello again, Mr. Marshall. Gumshoe then. I'm a little at a loss of what to do now. Okay,
As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing on about things I don't know about.
No, I wouldn't want you to do that either.
Good.
Okay, what about the autopsy report? No, okay. Huh. Well then. Okay, so what am I missing here then? Did I miss something here? I exhausted all dialogue with everyone. Or was there something to talk about with Emma? No. We talked everything with Mr. Marshall. We showed all the items to him. Wow, did I just get stumped in this game? I'm a little kerfuffled here. That's just a barrel? Oh! You can look at the trunk of the car separate from the car itself. Okay. Oh my god, this is super important, whatever this is. Look at it. It's a note of something. Actually, we don't know if this is super important, but I feel like it has to be. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look! Something's written on it! 615-12-2. You're right. Let's see. Oh, 67S 12 divided by 2. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so? What does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self. For deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Uh-huh. So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Here we go again. Steel Samurai. Let's go. Oh, was Lana trying to call Emma? Wait a second. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. Oh, yeah, of course. I'm such an idiot. Of course. Wow. I thought that Lana's phone was playing the Steel Samurai theme. But I'm so stupid. Of course the phone you're calling with wouldn't play a ringtone. It would have been a different phone, so it was Emma's phone. Oh! She was trying to call her sister right after the murder? The alleged murder? Well, okay, I mean, the murder isn't alleged, but her role in it is alleged. Let's be clear on that front. At 5:18, I flubbed that line. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Aha, so it was made call to Emma at 5:18. Strange. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Yikes, we still got like 10 minutes of episode time, but it looks like we have reached the end of investigations. I kind of wanted to show that note to, like, at least Officer Marshall, but we didn't get a chance. Oh well. We'll just have to figure it out. I mean, honestly, assuming since the game like auto went on after we got that note, I'm gonna guess that Marshall wouldn't have had anything to say about that note. He might have done the count to 3 line again, so I suppose we didn't miss out on anything there, but, you know, it's going to bother me. Anyway, the next day, February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright?
Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area.
Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate.
I believe in you, sis.
Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice.
Yes?
A defense attorney should never believe their client. Aha. That's an interesting angle. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that.
Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her.
And that is?
You're not a defense attorney.
I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Okay, then. I wonder... Was she hinting that... Because she said you're not supposed to believe the defendant. Was she hinting that we're not supposed to believe herself? That she is... her own claim that she's guilty? You know? Like, was she obliquely hinting at the fact that, you know, she's being coerced into taking the blame for the murder or something? That kind of is what that felt like to me, but we'll just have to see, yeah?
My first trial without a Fae helping me.
Oh yeah, because Mia was in the very first case. Right, yeah, that's true. Interesting.
No one's gonna bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
Oh, except apparently Emma's here to back us up, so never mind. Everything's good. All right, Emma. Let's go. You are the proxy Maya of this case, so of course you should be there. Oh shit, it is Edgeworth. Indeed. Oh boy. I mean, of course, great. Love the guy, so great to butt heads with him one last time, but, you know, oh boy.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since this trial.
I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. Uh-oh, that was very cold and professional. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
That was certainly, I'd say that was Edgeworth like a notch more humble than in his first cases when he was still very antagonistic. So, good to hear that from him, I suppose. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow. He's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Ms. Angel Starr, to the stand.
The cough-up queen?
Here we go. It makes sense, there's like no other witnesses, so yeah.
Haven't I seen you somewhere?
Ooh. Fish eggs something. Caviar food. Yowzers. You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really wolfing it down.
Wait, he just started...
Nom 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 nom.
He just started eating in the middle of a court trial? Alright then. What the... Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl.
Thanks.
What was that? Fiesta bowl? I couldn't quite tell. It looked festive. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? Why is she being so dodgy about her name and profession?
So, this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
Can you even pickle tapioca? Name, profession, now. Oh yeah, is that just a running gag? He's always failing on getting these, isn't he? Me? Oh, the name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Hurry it up!
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. Really? That's an interesting twist. She was a first-rate homicide detective. Wow! What? Miss Star was a detective?
I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up, Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star.
Just who is this lady? Yeah, this is some hidden depths, although I guess it kind of makes sense then why she's doing her lunch lady business then at the prosecutor's office, you know, her old workplace. Still, weird twist. If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Aha. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor. Cool, we got the 4 floor plans as evidence. Let's have a quick look at them. Yep, it all adds up. Oh, yes, there's a slide here. Doink, doink. Yep, all looks good to me.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright?
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star.
Excuse me?
Wait, are they talking about me?
So, as has been, we're going a little long now, and we're going to go a little longer as well. As has been tradition, we're going to hear the testimony, and we're going to leave it at a cliffhanger once we're done there for our cross-examination to be started next time. I kind of like that kind of flow in these episodes. So let's hear what Miss Star has to say and ruminate that until next episode. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work.
Whoa, that's intense. Look at that. She is out for blood in that picture.
Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip into the knife. Let's try that again. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching!
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
But your bloody arm's off. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
And this is what we're going to be doing next time. So, I don't see a lot of opportunity there for throwing down evidence. There is one thing I would like to press her on. There's maybe I can squeeze something out of this map on one point, although I will have to ruminate on it, as I mentioned, kind of dwell on it, if you will. And in any case, that's all going to be for next time. So, things are interesting, aren't they? We will see how this goes next time, won't we? It's a tough case. Seems like the toughest one yet, so should be exciting. Catch you all next time, guys. Bye-bye!